as long as I initiated what needed to be initiated for us to win, now I can go around and tell y'all this is what's going on. This is where we at. This is what I see.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So I wanted to read the definition of compassion. It said sympathetic consciousness of others' distress together with a desire to alleviate it. And I love that because it was like, when we talk about our children, it's like, how do you want to make sure that they don't have anything to worry about, anything to fear, anything to want for? And that's like the things that we need to focus on, really individually, because if we all individually are prepared, then as a community, we all have.
I want certain stuff. I want my children to want for it to the point where they feel that they can work for it and they can earn what it is that they don't have that they want. And that's going to teach them two lessons. Ain't nobody better than you, but you ain't better than nobody else. And if you see something that you really want, it's going to require you to perform or to do certain efforts in order to attain that. If you just want a motherfucker to pass you something because of who you is, then you in the wrong house. You better take your ass down the street. And that house of entitlement, yeah, they trading titles on that motherfucker on a regular basis.
That's a good one. You got all the good stuff.
So yeah, so so I don't want my children to be suffering with poverty, but I also don't want stuff so easy where they don't have no grit,
Hmm.
where they can't bounce back from shit. These the softest motherfuckers I ever could imagine to be on earth right now in this time. When we grew up, we used to get ass whoopings and whoop ass.
But it's that tablet. It's that tablet. It's that phone. It's those video games that we, guilty as charged, tell them to go play on so we can have a moment instead of engaging with them. They're not outside having life experience with each other and interactions with each other. So we have to we have to start doing that again. Like with my sons, when they come over, they get annoyed with me, but we're going to play a board game. And I know it seems real simple and like I'm not really teaching them life, but it's just even those interactions that build character and kind of build resolve and strategy. Just something simple. It's
Look, when you sit them down to the board game next time,
hmm.
explain this to them. Life got rules, and ain't nobody gonna teach them to you.
See, and that's the thing that I feel like.
Hold on. These board games is a game with a set of rules that can apply somewhere else in life later on if you learn the rules to this game. You practice it so that you understand how this game works. So when you see it play out in real life, you know how to win that game in real life. So you think we playing board games, but really I'm giving you tools to go in to the world and come out successful.
Mm,
This is why I'm teaching you how to play Monopoly because it's always a motherfucker gonna try to monopolize on everything you do. So you need to be able to see the game before you ever learn how to play the game in business. So we teach you to play it in a board game,
right.
right? And the more board games that you learn as a child, the more tools you have to navigate life with the through the path of least resistance, meaning not getting beat to death by life.
Right. Even like with Connect Four, like just teaching them to slow down and look at what the play is going to be, trying to have like predictive, thought process or programming in a sense. Like what is this person's strategy? That alone is a tool for life.
Yeah. See, like I like to tell my son about stories about people like Attila the Hun and Genghis Khan. They saying once upon a time it was this guy named Attila, and I'll go into like leadership strategies of Attila the Hun to share with him little things that can be given to him in story format at an early age that will sink into um, his mind to the point where it'll become part of his original program.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's a natural born strategist because he already know about Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan, Hannibal, Muhammad Ahmed, what I'm saying, Shaka Zulu. He know about the great strategists of history at an early age because dad gave them to him as little stories to tell him while we was on our drive to go fishing.
Right. And he's gonna remember all of that information too. Like, um, we have to get back to storytelling, like, and really also like we have to get back to listening to the elders when they speak and not really, and not ignoring them or not being like, oh, you know, I don't really rock with that elder because they look this way or that way. Like when
Right. Well, they weaponized the age. They created ageism
that too.
to make the youth think that the older people, oh, that old motherfucker don't know nothing. And the youth, and now the old people feel about the youth. Somebody need to go do something with them little wild ass motherfuckers. The disconnect come in because when, like I said the other day, I was telling the story about at Big Mama house. She got uncles that still stay there, old as hell. Probably left, got married, divorced, came back home to Big Mama house. Right? But when it's time for the family to pass out the food, they have a harvest festival, which turns out to be a family reunion.
Hmm.
All of the women that's part of the cooking committee, they go straight to the kitchen.
Hmm.
All of the ones that's in charge with setting up the table and shit, they go straight to the dining room. Don't nobody got to tell them when they get out the car, they ain't seen each other in 5 years. They know exactly where to go.
Right.
Right? Because they done been to Big Mama house, they know how shit run. Right? If you don't know what to do, go ask your Aunt Ruby. She gonna send you down there to your Uncle Cleve, and he gonna take y'all where they cleaning the fish at, and show y'all how to make sure y'all know how to clean some fish when y'all come back to Big Mama house next year. Right? So they use the family members to teach the history of the family around family functions. That's why they don't want us gathering. They don't want our families having family reunions. They discourage it because as soon as we figure out enough of us in one family, we ain't came on no goddamn boat. One of these niggas gonna say, hey, y'all contract is up. The date was this. We came back for every fucking thing you son of a bitches took, plus motherfucking interest and tax, and you have to go now.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what happened. Because since we didn't have a family reunion, I had to go live with different family members in order to get that part of the family's piece to the puzzle to put the family back together.
Hmm.
So I went to stay with members of both sides of the family, my mama's side and my daddy's side. They all, I'm the most loved, most respected, or the most despised and most rejected.
Hmm.
So since I'm the most loved and respected out of all of the motherfucking despised and rejected, that make me be the black sheep out of all of the black sheep that the black sheep love the most. And that's how you get to be a chief on the land.
But that's the other thing is like, because, okay, so how can I put this in words? We have to have enough humility to be able to see our elders and respect them as such, because
Yeah.
people are appointed for a reason in the season, and we have to. You have to respect that. You have to respect your position and play your position. And everybody's not a chief. Some of us are Indians, and you got to be okay with that. And you got to knock that
Yeah.
jealousy out the window. And for anybody who doesn't have that big mama or that family to go to, then you got to start looking for those role models and elders to have that family reunion with.
Yeah. And a lot of us hold on to childhood grudges that if you was an adult, you would have made a similar decision yourself,
Mm-hmm.
all things being considered. But people hold on to the childhood grudges.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, like, I don't blame a molested child for never forgiving their molester.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna never tell them to do that. But for the kid that got the ass whooped for being a little badass kid, you probably didn't get enough ass whooping. That's probably why you ended up where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no motherfucking sympathy for that shit. It's part of life.
But that's where accountability comes in, because you have to be able to say where you did wrong and where you did right, where you fell short and where you succeeded or exceeded. But you have to
Right,
follow
and
that.
that's the part of shadow work that everybody fear. Because when they realize that they ain't no better than you, then they trying to put you down. That means that they really was putting themselves down the whole time.
Right. And that's what I was talking about earlier when I was like, giving the analogy of Moesha, like in doing that healing work. When we talk about the flipping, that healing work is important because all of that muck, it fucks with your decision making skills.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to do the shadow work. You can't run from it,
Yeah.
because really you
But
running from the light when you run from the shadow work.
don't nobody want to say, look, we drive up to the stop sign at the same time. Motherfucker scream out the window, stupid motherfucker. Right? We both just pulled up to the fucking stop sign. And we both stopped. Who is really the stupid motherfucker? Why do I even need to respond at that point? He just proved that he was the one who was really the stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
He was mad because he wanted to run the stop sign, but when he seen me stopping at the stop sign, he knew he couldn't run it because it's a possibility I might run it.
Mm-hmm.
So now he got to stop. And since we both stopping, it's my fault that he had to stop when he wanted to run the stop sign. So his natural presumption is that I'm the stupid motherfucker, when he's the stupid motherfucker for being mad because he had to stop at a stop sign.
Right.
You knew it was a stop sign there before you got there,
He forgot the
motherfucker.
rules of the engagement. He wanted to ignore them. You can't ignore the rules. In nature, when you ignore the rules, there's two things: life or death. In nature, when an animal ignores the rule of the kingdom, it's a consequence. Animals in nature I love so much because they live
Hey,
life
look,
in the natural way that life is supposed to be lived.
I'm about to say some racist ass shit. But
No.
this the truest shit a motherfucker could say. All you gotta do is watch these white people. He's just a little cute grizzly bear, only 400 pounds. Let me hug him. He's wild. He's never seen humans before. I know I can hug this motherfucker. Nigga, you gonna go sit your ass down somewhere?
Look.
What's that, Tyrannosaurus?
Yeah, the bear is gonna kill your ass. No.
Hell yeah. Uh, hey, look, that's a confirmation like a motherfucker.
That's funny. Spirit is funny. Spirit is funny. Spirit got jokes. And that's why I think sometimes we lose compassion, because Spirit got a sense of humor. And that's why we laugh at a lot of things that are painful. But we gotta reel that in, because maybe I don't know where that started, but that lack of compassion, man, it creates so much other shit, because you laugh at somebody going through some pain and now they giving you the evil eye.
hmm But the lack of compassion was taught to us.
Right.
It took harsh circumstances with no relief in order to make us not care what your struggle was. That means that they had to stop us from helping each other overcome the struggle to build a barrier between us.
Right.
You seen me struggling trying to change the flat tire and you kept going,
Right.
right? You know what you saw, you know what you felt by keep going, and you ignored all that shit in order to not offer aid and assistance, right? So when you see me again and you changing your flat, I remember when you drove past me.
Right. But see, the fucked up part, like you said earlier, is like when you found out that the people who did us dirty look just like us. It's like we're all mad at each other, thinking that it was each other, and really it was them. Like
The
you
whole
said, the
time.
separation the whole
Yeah.
time, and they are banking on the fact that we'll have that prejudice and separation in our minds so deep that we'll knock each other off. Then it can release the robots.
So when you review history, look at the public display, right? When you look at the images from parades of the UNIA and the activities of the MSTA in 1920s, you see all our faces. We all hanging out of windows and shit. We knew who we was, but we didn't know what to do about it,
Hmm.
right? Now, when you get in the 50s and we start talking Rosa Parks, um, refusing to get up on the bus, marching with King, you see a sea of pale faces right in there with brown faces. When you go back and research all of the uprisings, you see that all of the ones that look like us, Gabriel Prosser, Denmark Vesey, etc., was egged on by a pale-skinned European to get their freedom back. And one of them, I think it was Gabriel Prosser, had the quartermaster general who had access to the armory, bringing him the key to the armory to arm the people to fight against the rebellion. I mean, against the invader. Then some nigga told the enemy, told on the pale face, and told on Gabriel Prosser. It's in the books. It's not a secret.
A sellout.
Yeah. Every single one of those attempts where that we were being egged to get out of this condition by pale faces, we was betrayed by melanated, woolly-haired faces.
Hmm.
All of the ones on record. The only one that wasn't betrayed immediately was Tucson. When they murdered him, that's when they uh, infiltrated.
Hmm. That was a stronghold.
Right. And now they don't want to close the conjure because that means that they lose all power.
Hmm.
They got to close the Haitian conjure, and Haiti keep getting hit with shit because they got an open war conjure that's over 200 years old. At the close of the age, that shit has to be closed out.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. What can I
But
do
there's
with
some
the
motherfuckers that look like us that's trying to stop everything.
Mm-hmm.
They can't stop nothing though. We know they is. It ain't no secret no more. The secret that they had ain't no secret no more. Now they exposed to the public. Now they got to get exposed publicly.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them. I don't got no sympathy for them.
But what? Why? Why did they do it?
because they wanted to claim Earth for their own. They ain't from here.
So,
They were
okay.
a different species, similar to
No, so
us,
I know that.
from a different type of universe.
Okay, so I know that. So then when they came here, they had to take the form of
The
like
highest evolutionary
that.
organism on the planet, which
Yes.
was the melanated,
Yes. Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
right?
That makes sense. And we were peaceable people, just like in the Bible when they talk about what was it? Was it Babylon? No.
We was, look,
Before
we
Babylon?
still warriors, right? But we had ran out of wars to fight
Right.
because we had got so intelligent that war was like asinine, foolish, and childish.
We had come to that
That's how it
level of
evolved,
right
right?
consciousness.
So the golden age has to bring this back to the surface